Alright guys, welcome back. So yes, it has been a long time since I've made a video here on the channel. I think the last time I made a video was on April 8th. Today is June 16th. So well over 2 months since I've made a video. So today, as you can see, we're out at the range. We're going to do a little bit of shooting, and I also wanted to kind of give an explanation on where I've been, why I haven't been making videos and all of that. I've got a lot of emails, a lot of messages asking, hey, where's the videos? Where'd you go? What's going on? Why aren't you doing this? So I want to explain that today in the video, but we are going to do some shooting. And one of the things, I don't know how many guns we're going to get to in this video, if I'm going to break it up or whatever, but the one gun we are definitely going to shoot is this guy right here. This is my Smith & Wesson 686 Plus 3-inch model, and you guys have seen this on the channel before. I did do videos on this. It might have been one of my last videos that I did was on this gun, but I've made some changes, made some adjustments, and I wanted to bring it back out here and test it out. And you're probably going to notice right off the bat that it is the grips. Now, this was a deluxe model, so it did come with some 3-fingered wood grips from the factory. I took those off. We installed some Altamont boot grips, which were beautiful grips. Loved them. They're a 2-fingered grip, awesome for concealed carry. But I took those off, and I'm going to try out another set of grips, and that's these Hogue Bantam grips. And I wanted to give these a try because I love them so much on my 629. This is my 6.5-inch 629 44 mag. You guys have seen this on the channel as well, but this has the Hogue mono grip on it, and I just love the way it feels. The rubberized texture, the slimness, the deep finger grooves, it just melts away in your hand. So I wanted to give them a shot on my 686 also to see if I was going to like them as much as I do on the 629. And if you've seen the last video I did with this gun, we brought it out here, did some shooting with it. The sights were off. I got the windage adjusted right, but it was still shooting low. And I haven't had this thing back out at the range yet. I did make some elevation adjustments, so I just want to shoot it, see where we're hitting here at 10 yards, try out these grips, and just bring you guys along with me. So we're going to shoot this a little bit, then we'll talk about kind of why I stepped away from YouTube and everything social media related there for a while, just so you guys kind of have an explanation for the ones who were wondering. So what we're going to be shooting today is I brought out a box of Blazer Brass 158 grain 357 jacketed hollow points, as you can see right there. And that's what we're going to be shooting. We're going to load 7 up in the gun. I do have 2 speed loaders ready to go. You can probably see the target right there. I have it set up, repainted at 10 yards. And we're going to see where these sights are hitting. And hopefully, with the elevation adjustments that I made, it's going to be a little bit better. I think we were, what, 3 inches or so low last time from 10 yards. And some of that might have been my revolver skills or lack thereof, but we're gonna find out. So that's loaded up. I've got 2 speed loaders ready to go. So we're just gonna do a little bit of shooting. I only have the 1 camera set up. You guys might be able to see it. I don't know. I don't have a second camera, but I'll let you guys know. Maybe we'll take a walk up to the target and take a look at it. But let's just see how this goes. Get my ears on, and just some excuses up front. I haven't done any shooting in a long time, so my skills might be down a little bit. So let's just get those excuses out of the way up front. But here we go. I'm gonna go ahead, close these boxes down. That way I don't get anything in them. Okay. So I'm gonna shoot these in single action, and to give myself all the advantages that I can. Maybe we'll switch over to double action, see how I do. But for now, let's just see if those sight adjustments did any good and how these grips work out. So here we go. Okay, so I know you can't see it, but that one was, I got maybe a 1-inch orange dot on the target. I painted it black, put maybe a 1.5 inch orange dot on the target, and that one was actually above the orange dot. So that's good, because last time I'd even covered up the entire dot, aimed a little high, and we were still a few inches low. So I know it's just the first shot. We'll see how the rest of them go, but that is a good sign. Okay, so that one was actually even higher than the first one. So I might have actually adjusted these a little bit too far. So let's just see how the rest of them go. Okay, that was actually high again. Okay. Okay, and that was, yes, that was 7. Dump these out to where I don't lose them. So, I know you guys can't see it, but it's actually, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so all 7 of them hit. I actually thought I shot one of them high over the target, but they all 7 hit. And all but one of them, I felt myself jerk the trigger a little bit, shot it a little bit low. It's about 2 inches under the dot, but the other 6 are actually up above the dot, which is good. Now, the reason I was worried about it was, on all of my guns, I have a sight mark bore sight little deal, and I've got a ton of them. I've got them for all pistol calibers, rifle calibers, and all of that. If I have a gun in that caliber, I have one. Now, I know they're kind of controversial. I know some people believe in them, some people don't. Now, what I will tell you is don't buy one of those, put them in the gun, dial it in, and think you're going to go out there and punch the bullseye out of the target. What they're good for is at least getting you close. At least, if you get a new scope, a new red dot, new sights, whatever, you can throw that in there, adjust it a little bit, and it should at least get you on paper and maybe somewhat close to the bullseye. They're not going to get you spot on. But I've been messing around with it. I've been putting it in there, adjusting on the sights, and on this particular gun, I adjusted the elevation all the way up. I put that in there, put it on the target at different distances, and it was still showing way, way, way low. And I was kind of worried. I was like, man, I'm going to run out of elevation. It's not going to work good. And I might have to send the gun back to Smith & Wesson, have them do some adjustments. Maybe the barrel was torqued too tight or not enough. I didn't know what the deal was, so I was kind of worried. That's why I was anxious to get out here to see how these sights were going to do. But as you probably can't see, but all the shots were actually a little bit high. I could actually adjust them down a little bit, which is awesome. I'm not going to adjust them right now. I'm definitely relieved that I didn't run out of elevation. Right now, what I did was I ran the sight all the way down. On the rear sight, whichever way you want the bullet impacts to go, that's the way you want to move the sight. If you didn't know, if you want the bullet to move right, you move the sight to the right. If you want the bullet to move left, vice versa, up, down, all of that. And what I did was I ran the sight all the way down and then up 20 clicks. It could actually go higher, but I was like, well, let's just do 20. Let's see where it goes. It's actually a little bit high, as you guys hopefully can see. You might be able to see, I don't know. But that's 20 clicks of elevation up, and it is a little bit high. So I'm gonna shoot these other 2. We'll see if all of them kind of group the same. I was kind of using the front sight, covering up most of the orange dots, so maybe I'll aim right at the bottom of the orange dot and see how it goes. But I can say that I'm very happy that this thing is not still shooting low. I was very worried about it, and the rubber grips are actually working out really well. So let's just go ahead, and as I say, I got these little speed loader things. Oh, and they actually, if you can see that, with the wood grips, both the Altamonts and the factory ones, the wood grips were a little too thick and a little too high, so the speed loader was always kind of at an angle, and they worked, but it took a little finagling. But this pops right in there, so that works out better with these speed loaders. That's another plus. But let's go ahead, and I'm gonna aim at the bottom of that orange target, and we'll see how it goes. Okay, so there was another 7, and actually I was still shooting a little bit high. So again, that's awesome. I went up 20 clicks. I might be able to just bring it back down 10, and that might be spot on, which is absolutely awesome. I know I've said that 20 times, but I am so relieved. But let's go ahead and let's shoot these 7. This time, let's go ahead and shoot it in double action and see if I can get the same results. So here we go. Oh man, you see that? I pulled that one way low. Okay, so yes, I know you guys saw that flinch as well. So my double action skills definitely need to be improved on. That is 100% sure. But they're all, I pulled a couple of them low in double action, I'll be honest. I'm not the greatest revolver shot. You guys have seen that. If you follow the channel, you know that. But overall, very happy. Some of them were hitting low. They're still off to the right just a little bit, so I might need a little more left adjustment. I can probably bring the rear sight down a little bit. But other than that, I am very satisfied to know that the sights are going to work out, and these Hogue rubber grips, extremely comfortable. These are full power 357s, and with the wood grips, they sting you a little bit. This one, not so much. Even though the back strap is exposed, no pain whatsoever, no stinging, no nothing like that, and I did have that with the wood grip. So I'm really digging these. And I know that these rubber grips are not near as sexy as a set of wood grips from Altamont or Aaron's or anything like that. No doubt about that. But I really like these things. Comfortable. They don't look bad, but they're not as sexy as wood grips, but they're comfortable, they feel good, they fit my hands really well, and I really like them. Okay, so now that we've done a little bit of shooting, now let's go ahead and talk about where I've been for the past 2 months, why I stopped making videos and all of that stuff. And again, this is just for the people who cared, the people who sent me messages, the people who asked, stuff like that. If this is not something that you care to listen to or care about or anything like that, go to this timestamp right here. We'll get back to shooting a revolver. Just go ahead and skip forward to that. But yeah, like I was saying, guys, the last time I made a video other than today was April 8th, over 2 months ago. And it was just kind of an abrupt decision to step away, and I guess I kind of thought about it for a while. Even after I made the last couple videos, it was on the back of my mind, and just one day I decided it was time. I was saying screw it, and I was walking away. And it was mainly because of the last policy change that YouTube made, that you guys are fully aware of. It was directed at gun channels. It was a big change. It changed a lot of the stuff that we were able to do and show and say here on YouTube. And you know, more or less what they were saying was you can't show certain things. You can't show how to build a gun. You can't show how to install parts. You can't show how to take it apart. And you pretty much can't show how to manufacture a gun. And as most of you guys know who've been following the channel or have watched the videos or anything like that, that was a big thing that I like to do. And you know, I always like to show the installs up close, showing you guys every little detail and step by step on how to do things. And you know, I really like doing that. Not a lot of people will do that because it takes a lot of time and effort to do it, but I like to. I like to know that I had a video out there that might help one of you guys install that new trigger or build your AR or whatever it was. I just like knowing that I had a video out there that would be able to help somebody. And after that policy change, I had to delete all of those. I'd had to delete between 200 and 300 videos to comply with the new rules. And I guess that hit deep, that hurt, because I spent a lot of time, money, and effort on those videos, and it just hurt having to hit that delete button just to be able to stay on YouTube. And so that was one factor, and I mean, honestly, it just kind of took the fun out of it for me, to be straightforward and to get straight to the point. It took the fun out of it. And the main reason I started YouTube, the main reason I continue to do it over the years, I've been doing YouTube since 2012, 6 years now. I think this channel right here is about 2.5 years old, but I've been doing it since 2012, 6 years. And I've continued to do it because it's fun. I enjoy making the videos, I enjoy the interaction, I enjoy all of you guys that I got to meet, and during the live chats we got to know each other even better. You know, there's a handful of you guys out there that have my cell phone number, I have yours, we talk outside of YouTube. It's just absolutely awesome, and I love all of that about YouTube, but the main thing was it's fun. And when all of these changes happened, I had to delete the videos, couldn't do this, couldn't do that, couldn't do a lot of the things that I love to do. It just took the fun out of it. And you know, I kind of sat there and weighed on it for a while, and you know, I was like, man, you've got a lot of time, money, and effort in this. Is it worth it if it's not fun anymore? And that kind of weighed on me for a while. And finally one day I just decided, you know what, let's just walk away. It's not fun anymore. Stop spending all the money on the channel and walk away. And that's what I did. And I had no intentions of making any more videos. I was gonna stay away from it and not worry about it anymore. But to be 100% honest, I absolutely miss it. And about the past week or so, you know, I've been talking with some people and talking about it, and I was like, you know, I absolutely miss it. I'm gonna go out and make a video soon. I have to do it. I miss it. I miss the interaction with you guys. And so here we are, I'm making a video. And another thing you'll probably notice is the video quality, both picture and audio might be a little bit different, and that's because we're filming or recording on an iPhone. And that's another thing that I did. You know, if you don't make YouTube channels, or YouTube videos, this might not make sense to you guys, but it takes a lot of money if you're serious with YouTube. You know, if you care about the quality and all of that stuff, it takes a lot of money. And I can't tell you how much money and how many different cameras I've had over the years trying to get the perfect combination of video quality, audio, what worked best for me, what looked best for you guys, and it took a lot of money. And I sold all of my camera gear off because, like I said, I was done with it. I wasn't gonna rack up the money doing that stuff anymore, so I sold it all off. So we're gonna use an iPhone from here on out, making some videos, and if things change, if things turn around, if things go back to how it was, you know, I'll invest some money back into the channel, but for now it's just gonna be cell phone videos. But I guess, you know, I've kind of rambled on long enough. Just wanted to give a thorough explanation, kind of tell you guys exactly why I stepped away and talk about it for those of you who were wondering. But that's kind of why. It took the fun out of it. It wasn't worth the time, money, and effort because I couldn't do exactly what I was wanting to do. But like I said, I've missed making videos. I've missed you guys. And we're gonna try to start making some videos again. But let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below, and I'd love to hear you guys' feedback, what you think about it. And if you're upset about it, yell at me in the comment section down below. But I'm gonna quit rambling about that. If you have any questions, comment section, email me, whatever, and we can talk further about it if you want. But let's get back to shooting the Revolver. Okay, so I went ahead and repainted the target, and right after I did, I forgot that I told you guys I would show you the target, and now it's repainted. But what I was doing was, it was about depending on how the group was, it was 1 inch to maybe 3 inches high on the target. So I did do a quick adjustment on the sights. I brought it back down 8 clicks. So we're now 12 clicks up. We were 20, brought it down 8, now we're at 12. So I'm gonna see where it is hitting. We're shooting the same ammo still. So we're just gonna take some shots. We're gonna see if that puts it about where I need to. If not, I can make a few more small adjustments. So let's go ahead and see how it is. So go ahead and load up 7. I guess after I shoot this, for those of you who might not know, I'll show you how to adjust these Smith & Wesson Revolver sights. Not hard, you just got to loosen the screw and then run this screw in or out. But but when I first started doing it, I didn't realize you had to loosen the first screw to get the second screw to move. So I'll show you what I was talking about after we shoot this. Let's see how this thing is shooting now. Okay, so those were better. I still need to get my Revolver trigger skills down because I can still feel myself pulling the shots. But those are better. I actually had, I'm still a little bit right too, so I do need to make it, move the sight a little bit to the left, but overall that's getting much better. So I'm gonna go ahead and load up 7 more. And this time, before we close it out, I'll show you guys the target. But let's go ahead and shoot 7 more. Okay, so that's actually not doing too awful bad. When I'm taking my time a little bit more, they're actually grouping pretty well. I felt myself push them a little bit right a couple times. Now it still needs to be adjusted to the left a little bit, but some of those that are far right were actually, that was me on the trigger. That was me pushing the gun or pulling the gun a little bit. So some of that is user error. And you guys know that I'm not the best with revolvers. Still need a lot of practicing, but it's getting better, and I'm liking where these sights are at compared to the last time. So let's go ahead and keep shooting. So they're getting a little bit better. And like I said, my excuse, I haven't shot for a while. So maybe I just needed to pull the trigger a little bit to get some fundamentals back. But I think we've got enough to shoot one more cylinder. We do. So we'll shoot these and then we'll go take a look at it. Okay, so there is 7 more. Actually, I got 1 shot left out of the box. Let's go ahead and shoot it. Last one. All right. So, let's go take a look at it. Okay, so here we go. Here is the target. And the last few that I shot were these right in here. I pushed a couple high, I pushed a couple low, and as you can see, I'm still off to the right just a little bit. A lot of those flyers up high and down low were me on the trigger, but the majority of the ones that felt like a good trigger press were the ones right in here. So I still have some improving to do with my revolver shooting, no doubt about it, but just a little adjustment left, and I think I'm gonna call it good on the sights, because like I said, when I got good trigger pulls, I was right in here, which elevation isn't too bad. That could just be some errors again in my trigger pulling, but a little bit left, and I think we'll be squared away. All right, guys, so that's gonna wrap up my very first video back after a long 2-month break. And I gotta say, it felt awesome to get back out here and get in front of the camera again. And hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Definitely leave some feedback down below. Let me know what you guys think. And I really hope I can continue to bring you guys content moving forward, because like I was telling you guys earlier, I've missed this. I really enjoyed doing this, and I'm gonna try to get the consistency of the content coming back. Now, before we close out, I do wanna show you guys the one quick thing that I was talking about here on the sights. Back here is the screw that you're gonna use to adjust the sight up and down, but you do have a screw up here up front. Just loosen this thing about a half a turn, then you can make your adjustments here and then tighten this thing back down. I wasn't aware of that when I first started trying to adjust on these sights, and I couldn't figure out why I couldn't get this sight to adjust. You just need to take a little tension off that front screw, then you can work on this one and everything will work out good. So very pleased also with the sights on this. I was really worried after getting those readings with that bore sight tool that I was gonna run out of elevation. I was gonna have to send it back, have it worked on and all of that, but that is not the case. Now, that doesn't change my mind about the Sightmark bore sight tools. Maybe we'll do a video on that. I'll show you guys all the ones that I have, how I use them and stuff like that. But maybe they're just not well suited for revolvers like they are semi-autos and rifles and stuff like that, because always on my semi-auto handguns, my rifles, I'm always able to use them and get very close, at least on paper, and then do my final adjustments out here. They've always worked out well, but maybe it's just not as well suited for revolvers. But the sights are on, just need a little bit of a left adjustment and we should be spot on, and these grips are working absolutely amazing. And are they as sexy as the wood grips? Absolutely not. But the way they feel, the way they function, and all of that stuff, for me personally, I think they're a winner and they're gonna stay on there for now. So very pleased with this little 3-inch 686 plus now that the sights are working good, and it's definitely going to be a good carry gun, because as I told you guys in one of the last videos, I did buy a holster. This is going to be one of my carry guns, and I think it's going to work out perfect now that I got the sights right where they need to be. But anyhow, guys, I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have questions, comments about anything you've seen, anything else on the channel, or whatever else, leave a comment down below, shoot me an email, whatever you need to do. I do have links in the description to all my social media, and if you want to get a hold of me there, it's much easier than trying to go through YouTube. All my links are down below, so if you're on Facebook or Instagram or anything like that, click the link, come over and follow, and we can have some discussions over there as well. And also, I'd like to thank Apex for sending out this shirt. Absolutely love it. You guys know that I'm a big fan of all the Apex stuff, the triggers and the Scorpion parts and all of that stuff. Definitely check out apextactical.com. A lot of good stuff for your guns. But anyhow, guys, we will catch you in the next one.